let's talk about Arowana tank mates today. If you're expecting me to tell you the top 10 or the top 15 Arowana tank mates, then you're wrong. Hey, what's up guys, Abhishek here from AV Studio, and today I would like to talk about 5 important things that I think is very necessary for us to keep in mind while choosing tank mates for our Arowanas. So before we get started, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you don't miss out on the notifications too. Alright, so I would like to quickly tell you about that one giveaway from Aqua Wonders by Pranjal Gupta, and here is what he's giving away. Well, you just saw it. He's giving away this beautiful keychain, and the terms of how you can get this will be announced in my next video. So stay tuned, and you could be the lucky winner of this beautiful keychain provided by Pranjal Gupta from Aqua Wonders. Alright, let's get started. So let's talk about the 5 things that I keep in mind while choosing a tank mate for my Arowana. Was I always successful when I chose tank mates? Well, not really, but it got me thinking, and I thought, let me just categorize them, or rather use a sort of filter to cross out the ones that I think would probably be an absolute no-no to keep in Arowana tanks. And that's why I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not going to name the top 5, top 10 or top 50 Arowana tank mates. There are a lot of videos around for that, and of course, if you want me to make a video about it, please do leave your comment in the comment section, and I'll make one probably next week. But today we're going to talk about the 5 things. First one, and the most important one, is the origin of the fish that you're choosing. Why? Because Arowanas come from specific places. For example, silver Arowanas come from the Amazon River. Asian Arowanas, either they come from, especially the golds, they come from Bukit Merah Lake, or they also come from some parts of Indonesia as well. The red Arowanas come either from Kalimantan or from Kapos River. The Jardinis come from Australia, and so you see, they come from different origins. So when you have an Arowana with you, for example, I have an Asian Arowana, I'd like to see from where has the Asian Arowana come. So it's come from Malaysia, Bukit Merah. I would like to find out which other fish is from the same origin, simply because I want to keep the similar kind of environment, so that the tank mate that I'm choosing will also thrive with the Arowana. That's the first thing. That's not the only thing though. There are many other factors, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. However, you could tell me that, well, oh, why do I need to take so much of pain? I could just go and check what parameters or are the requirements for Arowanas or Asian Arowanas, for example, and then I could check what other fish require similar parameters and just do it. Well, yes, of course you could do that. You could go and research online and do this. My point is, why not also research the origin? If you're going to give the natural environment to the tank mate as well, imagine they're probably going to do much better than just checking the parameters. That's just my thought. You could do it your way. The second important thing is the tank itself. So when I say the tank itself, a couple of things in there. Depending on the kind of fish that you choose, if you're going to choose a fish which is a small one, not like a really small one, and I'll tell you in a minute why. If you choose a fish which is small, and just one in a big tank with a big Arowana would probably not look good. You'd want to have more in there. What you're really doing in there is you are increasing the bioload of your tank, which means more tank cleaning, more stronger filtration, more filter media, a lot of money going in. So that's one aspect of it. So definitely you want to ensure that you can keep the kind of fish in with your Arowana, or choose a tank mate that is not going to add to too much of the bioload in your tank, which means that you don't have to increase your water changes. Of course, there is a set way of changing waters, a set frequency and a methodology and all of that, and let me know in the comment section if you'd want me to make a video on water change regime for Asian Arowanas that I do for my fish tanks. However, coming back to the point that if you have certain fish which have to come in larger numbers simply because you want to fill up the tank and they look better together and all of that, they will also add to the bioload. So you want to find a tank mate which does not add to the bioload. For example, I have been told that stingrays, they're a great tank mate for Asian arowanas. However, they release a lot of ammonia, freshwater stingrays. Is it worth it? For me, they are, because they're just beautiful creatures, but that's something to think about. The third thing, sticking with the idea of the tank and the size, you cannot have tank mates which fit in the mouth of your arowana, because then they'll be in their stomach. Simple as that. So if you're going to get a pretty expensive fish that is small enough to fit in the mouth of your arowana, then he's just going to have an expensive snack. So you can't go for something really small. On the flip side, you also can't go for something that really grows big. I mean, a lot of you may say that, well, peacock bass is great as an arowana tank mate. Yes, of course they stay together. However, can you imagine how big peacock bass get? They get to about 3.5 to 4 feet. Whereas your Asian arowana would go up to about 2, maybe 2.5 feet. So imagine if you have another fish which grows 1 or 1.5 feet beyond the size of your Asian arowana. So imagine the size of the tank that you would need. Again, bigger tank. I mean, I think it's okay to keep an Asian arowana in a 5, maybe a 6 feet tank. But if you want to get a peacock bass, well, no, I think you'll need a pond for that. So, well, you need to keep in mind size. Neither too small, nor too big. Just the right size. Right? The next one is going to be, which is the fourth one, is going to be about the temperament of the fish. Yes, Asian arowanas can be territorial and aggressive, but you really don't want to put aggressive fish with your Asian arowanas, because you might find the aggressive one actually bothering your Asian arowana, and your prized possession is quite expensive. You don't want to take that risk. A lot of us don't really put tank mates with our Asian arowanas simply because we just don't want a situation where we are jeopardizing the well-being or even sometimes the life of our Asian arowanas. So you want to keep fish which are semi-aggressive or maybe not aggressive, so that they don't bother your arowana. On the flip side, you also have to see that the tank mate that you're keeping is not timid, because if they are timid, then the Asian arowana will intimidate them. So you need to look at a tank mate that's strong, is able to bounce right back. Well, something like an American flagtail. Anyways, Asian arowanas don't really bother American flagtails, but if they do bother them, they are so strong that they always bounce back. And this I'm saying from my personal experience. I have had an American red-tailed flagtail, and he's a strong guy, very feisty guy, and even if he gets beaten up, he will still bounce back. So that's the kind of fish tank mate you want for your arowana, who is not aggressive but at the same time can take a little bit of a beating and bounce right back. And of course, fast movers, so that they can get away really well. Last but not the least, this one's something that I thought about, and this is something that I learned from experience. I used to have a stingray in my Elkindo tank, and then I also used to have a Baisher in one of my previous tanks where I had the KEA golden head, the previous golden head, not this. And you need a lot of tanning lights, whether in tanning lights for the red arowana or bright white lights for the golden head arowana. And I feel that both these two, the stingrays as well as Baishers, they are nocturnal. They don't like light so much, and somewhere it affects them, it stresses them out more, and they could be prone to illnesses or diseases. And especially with stingray being in a super red tank, would will not be able to handle all the strong tanning lights, because they are scaleless fish, right? So lights being a very important thing. You need to understand that your arowana needs the lights, because you want to tan them and you want to put T5 lights or whatever lights in there just to make your arowana look beautiful. But do the tank mates really like the lights? You need to be careful. So these are my top 5 reasons, or probably the only 5 reasons that I could think of in which I would take and filter out, and eventually whatever the last set of fish that come in after the filtration of origin, then the tank bioload, the size of the tank mate, then the temperament of the tank mate, and finally the photophilic nature of the tank mate. Once I filter them through these 5 steps, then whatever remains is probably going to be a good bet to keep with your arowanas. So these were my 5 things. To be very honest, this has been through just my experience. Have I done this filtration? Not really. Would I like to do it next? Absolutely. And now that I'm talking to you guys, it's even becoming clearer in my mind that this is something I want to try next when I'm picking a tank mate for one of my tanks, because I intend to do that soon. So that was this, and like I said previously, if you want me to add on to this by actually listing down some of the probable good choices of Arona tank mates, then let me know in the comment section, and I'm happy to do a video probably next week on the top 5 or top 10 Arona tank mates, or you could just head over to such videos that is already available on YouTube. Alright, so that's about it for today's video. Let me know what you thought. It was really a quick one. I just did some basic research and mainly out of my experience, and I put this video together. So let me know whether you liked this video, and please go ahead and hit the like button if you liked it, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please go ahead and subscribe to it. So thank you so much for watching this one. Till I come back in the next one, peace.